Hi, this is Roberta Glass, and welcome to my True Crime Report. I just want to report on a story that just hit my inbox via my friend Alexa. You might know her from my podcast about Adnan Syed, but she sent me this article about Jeffrey Epstein just being arrested in the Southern District of New York for sex trafficking. So I just want to read you the article that hit the Daily Beast. Billionaire pedophile Jeffrey Epstein was arrested for allegedly sex trafficking dozens of minors in New York and Florida between 2002 and 2005, and will appear in court in New York on Monday, according to three law enforcement sources. The arrest by the FBI NYPD Crimes Against Children Task Force comes about 12 years after the 66-year-old financier essentially got a slap on the wrist for allegedly molesting dozens of underage girls in Florida. For more than a decade, Epstein's alleged abuse of minors has been the subject of lawsuits brought by victims, investigations by local and federal authorities, and exposés in the press. But despite the attention cast on his alleged sex crimes, the hedge funder has managed to avoid any meaningful jail time, let alone federal charges. The new indictment, which according to two sources will be unsealed Monday in Manhattan federal court, will reportedly allege that Epstein sexually exploited dozens of underage girls in a now familiar scheme, paying them cash for massages, quote unquote, and then molesting or sexually abusing them in his Upper East Side mansion or his palatial residence in Palm Beach. Epstein will be charged with one count of sex trafficking of minors and one count of conspiracy to engage in sex trafficking of minors, which could put him away for a maximum of 45 years. The case is being handled by the Public Corruption Unit of the Southern District of New York with assistance from the district's human trafficking officials and the FBI. Several of the billionaire's employees and associates allegedly recruited the girls for Epstein's abuse, and some victims eventually became recruiters themselves. The girls were as young as 14, and Epstein knew they were underage, according to the details of the arrest, an indictment shared by two officials. Epstein's attorney, Martin Weinberg, declined to comment when reached by the Daily Beast on Saturday night. The Southern District of New York was also declined to comment. It's been a long time coming. It's been too long coming, quote unquote, said David Boies, who represented Epstein's accuser Virginia Roberts Giuffre and Sarah Ransom. Quote, it is an important step towards getting justice for the many victims of Mr. Epstein's sex trafficking enterprise. We hope that prosecutors will not stop with Mr. Epstein, because there were many other people who participated with him and made the sex trafficking possible, unquote, he said. He told the Daily Beast. In an era where the hashtag #MeToo has toppled powerful men, Epstein's name was largely absent from the national conversation until the Miami Herald published a 3-part series on how his wealth, power, and influence shielded him from federal prosecution. For years, the Daily Beast has reported on Epstein's alleged abuse and his easy jail sentence. Thank you to Alan Dershowitz. That's me saying that, not the Daily Beast. Okay, back to his easy jail sentence. And soft treatment by the U.S. Attorney's Office, which ultimately scrapped a 53-page indictment. I'm going to include this link to the Daily Beast so you can read the links, and they've included links. So when they write scrapped a 53-page indictment, it looks like you can go to that indictment via the link. Against Epstein. An earlier version of Epstein's plea deal included a 10-year-old federal sentence before his star-studded lawyers threatened to go to trial in a case prosecutors feared was unwinnable, in part because Epstein's team dredged up dirt on the victims, including social media posts indicating drug use. Meanwhile, the financier flitted among his homes in Palm Beach, New York City, and the Virginia Islands, as well as his secluded Zorro Ranch in Stanley, New Mexico, transporting young women on his private jet to facilitate the sexual abuse. That's gone unchecked by authorities, his alleged victims say. In an announcement planned for Monday, the FBI is expected to provide a number for the other victims to contact the SDNY. And let me include the writers of this post, Pervez Shalani, Kate Brooklet, and Harry Siegel wrote this for the Daily Beast. So this arrest comes in on a Saturday night weekend of a holiday weekend, so I just wanted to draw your attention to it. I hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July, and I will be following this case closely. So stay tuned.